to my weird little corner of the internet. My name is Heather Feher, and I've been a professional chef for about 15 years now. I'm a Culinary Institute of America grad and kind of a nomad. In the last decade and a half, I've lived and worked in 8 states in the US and 5 separate countries. To say that I love a challenge is an understatement. I really think I just kind of like making my life as difficult as humanly possible and turning it completely upside down every couple of years. So I've had kind of an interesting career. Just to give you a little background on where I come from and what I've done. I started in mom and pop style restaurants, farm to table places, and eventually moved into Michelin star fine dining. I worked for 3 of the world's 50 best chefs, and after that kind of decided I was done with restaurants and started doing catering. I did everything from corporate lunches to galas for thousands to intimate dinner parties to weddings in, mostly on the East Coast. For a couple years there, I was actually a private chef for touring bands and musicians, so that was super fun. I got to travel all around the country and cook at a different city every day, do different food from scratch every day. And in 2014, I started a company called Black Cat Culinary. I wanted to focus more on the experiential side of food and dining and not just, serving plates of food to people as a meal. I wanted to make it more of an event. So I started doing a lot of pop-ups, these really, really wacky theme parties. One time I turned a turkey into a peacock for a 14th century French medieval menu. I got really weird with food and I was just having fun with it again. Then I got involved with doing some research and development for various appliance companies, knife companies, culinary clothing companies, and then for about a year I was doing recipe testing and development for an edibles company out in Los Angeles where I currently live. So that was an interesting little turn. I never really thought I'd be using my degree to put weed in things, but hey, life's weird and kind of cool sometimes, I am kind of just a professional problem solver for people. I've transitioned mostly out of the cooking phase of like the actual physical cooking production phase of my career and into more research and development and coaching and teaching and menu consulting and staff training and just basically solving problems for the hospitality industry in whatever form that I can help in. So my career, my journey's been a little bit weird, to say the least, but I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot. I've lived in a lot of places. I've met a lot of people, and I've met a lot of cooks. And the one thing that binds us all, for the most part, across the world, is the fact that all of us are completely fucked up in the head, okay? If there's anything that I've realized is that most of us are dealing with some form of mental illness, and if any of the events of the last year and a half have proved anything, it's that our entire industry is riddled with depression and addiction and anxiety and suicide, and that's not okay. It's not okay at all. I often joke that the restaurant industry first saved my life and then tried to kill me, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that because sometimes it just gets a little hard, I was plagued by the trifecta of PTSD, depression, and anxiety for all of my 20s and all of my professional, hands-on cooking restaurant career. And that is something that affected me profoundly. And about a year and a half ago, I had an accidental breakthrough and experienced a total transformation on a level that I never would have thought possible, especially because only a few months prior it was like the most horrifyingly suicidal period of my life, where just everything bad that could have possibly happened in a 4 weeks time frame, and it really sucked, to be honest, you know. But I came out of it with a new sense of clarity, and I wanted to take this platform and this opportunity to talk about these issues that our industry is facing in a very candid and vulnerable way, and to talk about what's worked for me and the things that I've realized, and maybe see if any of that resonates with my fellow cooks. And you know, this isn't limited to just the culinary industry, but it is tailored for people who've gone through similar experiences. So I hope that we can use this as a platform to destigmatize mental health and to understand and empower ourselves to unfuck ourselves. In a nutshell, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to unfuck ourselves. And like, I also apologize, there will definitely be some colorful language in my videos. I mean, God, I worked in the kitchens for 15 years. What the fuck do you expect? But yeah, if you guys have any questions, concerns, things that you'd definitely like me to talk about, people you'd like me to talk to, or things that you think would contribute to this, I really want to treat this project as an opportunity for visibility on this in our industry, and an opportunity to really affect things in a positive way. You know, we are, our generation, I would say, you know, millennials to 40-ish, like, we are the ones who are going to influence how the next generation of cooks is treated. And we have two choices at this point. The way that I see it, we have two choices. We can either perpetuate the bullshit and keep ourselves trapped in this cycle of victimhood and poor me, and I'm such a martyr because I work all these hours, and you know, life just happens to me. I have no control over anything, and I drink a bottle of whiskey to fall asleep at night. Or we can use the powers of technology to connect and inspire each other and maybe extend the olive branch and save somebody's life. So I hope you'll share this and join me, and let's make this a collaborative effort and do some good in our industry, because personally, I don't ever want things to go back to the way that they were. I want things to keep moving forward, and I'm sure a lot of you agree with me on that, so let's make it happen. So my goal, we're gonna mise en place our lives together, okay? See you next time.